for this boss. So when you first enter this boss, you have invincibility frames when you use the cruise bubble, so you just want to mash it and get it out as soon as possible so you can start going at it. Hit the closest buttons possible. Also, Roboplankton has a property where sometimes your cruise bubble will clip through him, so even if I'm pretty sure it's going to hit him, I try to detonate the bubble like next to him or like on him in case it clips through, because that's happened to me a couple of times. It runs and it's a pain in the ass. So you guys know that you can detonate the cruise bubble whenever you want by hitting the cruise bubble button. So just do that when you're on Plankton in case it doesn't blow up. Now, while he's down, I'm going to line myself here, and I guess you could slow down the video and look, but there's kind of like a line, there's an indent in the platform where I stand between, there's like a vertical line and a horizontal line, like right here, I stand here. I'm going to restart just so you can see it clearly. Now you know what you're looking for. That's why you want to blow it up, because sometimes he won't even move and you'll be lucky and you'll get him like that. So see where I'm standing? Right here?
The robot better change tactics and fast.
Okay. So when he brings his arm up, you're gonna use sound cues for this. So when you hear the first click of him bringing his arm up, you're gonna move to the side like this, like right here.
That was a doozy.
And once you're standing in that position, you have to wait for the slamming noise. You want to move in sync to when he actually chops the platform. After the whining noise, you wait for the it kind of sounds like this, or like a. That's kind of the tempo of how it goes. So the first strike of the platform, you want to be moving to the right. And for the second strike, you do a full jump. You hold A. So my inputs are I move to the right, like this. So I stand here. Want to hear the wind, I move here, and I jump like that. So let's see it in action. But doing a full jump is very important. See, sometimes it doesn't work. But Cruise Bubble has hella invincibility for him, so we good.
The robot better change tactics and fast.
Also, you don't want to mash A when you skip this cutscene, or you'll get the spatula animation. When you skip that cutscene, I usually wait for his arms to go down. Like when he stops flailing, I hit A. You have to actually time that. If you don't time that, then you're going to get the spatula animation. You're going to lose like 6 to 7 seconds for no reason, so don't do that. You can't just mash. You have to actually time it to guarantee that you don't get it. So listen for the ticking sound, listen for the chop sound, because I move in sync with both of them. And when I say in sync, I don't mean wait for it to happen and then react to it after it happens. You have to practice to know the timing of the chop sound, so you get it when it happens. Not like a fraction of a second after it happens. It needs to be right when it happens for it to work.
The robot better change tactics and fast.
See, that time it didn't work because I was standing too far to the left and I reacted to it instead of actually moving in sync with it. And you'll probably just spin around like that if you do that method as well.
Better change tactics and fast.
Now that time, I jumped too early. You have to get it right when you hear the chop sound. Because those are pretty much the two things that'll usually happen if you miss it. Like you'll jump and nothing will happen, or you'll spin around.
The robot better change tactics and fast.
See how I wait? That's exactly what you want to do.
Will SpongeBob be able to neutralize the giant
Alright, can someone
robot's
give me a time for that?
brain?
Oh, okay. I have to go over what you do if you miss it. Alright, so this is the shift trademark backup strat, because I know that Fuff does a bit of a different backup strat, but it's less reliable.
The robot better change tactics and fast.
Alright, so you miss it, right?
I guess SpongeBob won't be winning.
The trigger
that
is
one.
located directly above the platform that you spawn on. So you could do the same method here, but you have to take a little bit of a different approach. You have to actually push to the right for this to work. Instead of just being launched upward, you want to launch to the right so you hit the trigger.
Hey, do-si-do and a
See? Just like that. It's a pretty good backup plan. Buff tries to use a trampoline to get back to the first platform, but it's equally as effective to go to the second platform. And if you miss it again, if you miss it going for the first platform, you lose a ton of time. So always go for the platform next to it if you miss it the first time, and just push to the right and try to get the trigger. I'm just gonna write 350 for that. Alright, what else are we going over?